Hello everyone, my name is Blurain and welcome to my CD tag. I really wanted to do a CD tag or a physical music tag, but all the ones that I could find had some questions that I couldn't or didn't want to answer, so I just made my own. This is inspired by the vinyl tag and some other random music tags out there. If you do the Blurain CD tag, then feel free to, tag me in it so I can see it. I think that would be cool. You don't have to, no pressure. Just, I think it'd be cool. Also, feel free to tweak, remove, or add questions at will if you do my music tag. Also, you can do this with vinyl too. It's not just limited to CDs. It's fine. I'm just a CD collector, so it's, catered to me. So the first question is, what is my CD player and what are my past ones?
So this is a Victrola, not sponsored, thing. It's basically like an all-in-one package. I called it the hybrid theory because it has everything. Well, it has everything except a cassette player. And my first, one of my past CD players is actually this thing down here. I got this from the kindest repairman ever, who I would just talk about music to whenever he'd come over and like fix things in our old apartment. It has a cassette player and a CD player up here, and this is what I used to listen to the CDs that I had at the time when I didn't have, that thing yet.
The second question is, why do I collect CDs? I do it because way less expensive than vinyl records, really good for storage because they're small and compact, and I do not trust myself with vinyl records. The third question is, how many CDs do I own? And as of this video, I own exactly 109. Fourth question, when did you begin collecting CDs? Early 2020. Question 5, your main methods of collecting CDs. The primary source are thrift stores, but sometimes I do buy off of Amazon, sometimes I receive them as gifts, and I rarely go to record stores anymore. Alright, now we actually get on to some CDs. Question 6 is the first CD I ever owned, and the first CD I ever owned is actually my favorite album of all time, Take This to Your Grave. I got this all the way back in 2020, shipped from the UK. It took forever and I had no tracking info, but I finally got it, and yeah, this was my only CD for a long time until I started collecting more, and it grew into this insane hobby. Alright, question 7 is a Deluxe Edition CD, and I have right here the 1975 self-titled album Deluxe Edition. It's, the main album, the 1975 self-titled, but it also has a disc 2, which contains like a ton of like their early EP stuff, like stuff that came out before their debut album. And I find that really cool. I haven't listened to anything from it though, but I plan to change that very soon. I also wanted to point out Neighborhoods Deluxe, which is definitely the much better way of listening to this record. The 4 extra tracks added onto it are absolutely excellent. All of them are fantastic. And this is a fantastic record with those extra tracks attached. Next up is a CD with alternate artwork, and I think that spot has to go with my special edition of Under Oath's They're Only Chasing Safety, fantastic post-hardcore record from 2004, and it's a special edition. It has the album, but it also has that popped out. Of course it has a CD, but it also has the DVD containing some music videos and some extra dits and dads here and there. And the album cover, man, I'll take that. I'll take this over the original any day. Alright, question 9 is a CD you bought to replace a poor quality one. And my first copy of Deja Entendu by Brand New, it was had scratches in 2 places and it messed up like 2 songs, and I really didn't want that. So first chance given, I bought a new copy and it came in and it's excellent. This is a fantastic album. Love Brand New. They're a really good band. Alright, next up is an impulse purchase, and this is a record I actually haven't listened to yet, but I've listened to 2 songs off of it and it really makes me want to check it out. This is Page Avenue by Story of the Year. A lot of people know Until the Day I Die. That's probably their biggest hit. But I also like And the Hero Will Drown. Those are 2 excellent songs. And those 2 songs really made me, want to listen to this record. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'll get there in the future, trust me. And that's a car going by. Next up is a gift, and I have a lot of gifts, but I think I'm going to go with The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. This wasn't given to me by like a friend or a family member. It was given to me by some random like schoolmate of mine who just had like 2 Pink Floyd CDs that they just didn't need because they don't listen to Pink Floyd. So I was like, hey, do you mind giving me that? And she actually did. So this is my actual copy of Dark Side of the Moon. The case is a bit rough, but it plays perfectly fine, and I love this record. I love Pink Floyd. All right, next up is a prized possession. And I have a total of 3 prized possessions in my collection, but this one takes the cake as being the most prized. I still cannot believe that I can hold this record in my hands, but it is Reimagine by Prince Whatever, my favorite Brony album of all time. An all-around excellent metalcore and post-hardcore album, and it's even signed on the inside, if you can see that. I adore this record, and yeah, definitely my most prized possession right now. You know, it probably forever will be my most prized possession because I went through hell to order this. Next up is a CD from your favorite band, and I already showed Take This to Your Grave, so I decided to just choose From Under the Cork Tree. Excellent pop punk record. This is the thing that this blew Fall Out Boy up. 2005, yeah, Fall Out Boy were everywhere on the alternative rock stations radio from this point on forward. Question 14 is a CD that grew on me, and that I'm going to place to OK Computer by Radiohead. For the longest time, I wasn't a Radiohead fan. I did not understand the band, but I just kind of had this lingering around. I cannot tell you how close this got to being shelled for, you know, wall art or my little poster over there. But no, it survived. I fell in love with this record after a re-listen, and I've been a Radiohead fan ever since. The next question is a recent purchase, and actually my most recent purchase at this point is Reimagine. So I'm going to go with the second most recent purchase, and that is actually Dying Is Your Latest Fashion by Escape the Fate. An amazing post-hardcore metalcore record from 2006. Man, I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Ronnie Radke, and this is Ronnie Radke's only full-length album he did with the rest of Escape the Fate, but it's absolutely just a stellar record. I absolutely love it. All right, a CD from your second favorite band, and of course, I have to give it to Sempiternal by Bring Me the Horizon. This is my second favorite album of all time. This album changed my life, if you guys didn't know, and I adore this record. Next up is a CD that you play when you're sad, and I'm gonna give that to Parachutes. I love this record. It was my favorite from Coldplay for a long time until X and Y overthrew that. And yeah, it's a pretty mellow, you know, alt-rock record with a lot of acoustic guitars, and I love this record from back to back, heart to heart. I adore this record. A CD that I play when I'm happy, I don't have a lot of them, but I'd say I'd have 2, but I'm showing the other one later. So I just decided to pull out Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness, self-titled album. I got into this record because of Ava G, the Ava G animation, Cecilia and the Satellite, which is my favorite song on the record. And I actually really like this. It's basically like a pop piano rock record, and it's pretty, you know, it's pretty upbeat and happy throughout the whole thing. I love Andrew McMahon's voice is absolutely excellent, and this is just a great album. All right, question 19 is a CD you think not many people own, and again, I would give that to Reimagine, but I already gave that you know, prized possession status. So I Raise You, The World from the Side of the Moon by Philip Phillips. I don't think a lot of people have this record. He won season 11 of American Idol, I believe. And I also got into this record because of Ava G. It's a great, you know, kind of folky acoustic led record. And it's really good. I feel like it's really underrated. There's like maybe 2 big hits on it, but I think it's personally underrated, and I don't think it's a thing that a lot of people own. All right, next up is a CD that I don't play much, and I'm going to give that to Audio Boxer by Something Corporate. I got this in a thrift store, and the only reason I got it is because I recognize the name Something Corporate as being one of Andrew McMahon's old bands. So I picked it up, I listened to it, I thought it was great, but I don't really come back to any of these songs. Maybe except for Hurricane, except I prefer the album version of Hurricane. That's an excellent song, by the way. But yeah, I just don't really come back to this one all that much, and I don't really know why. Alright, the next 3 questions are just a random CD, another random CD, and one more random CD. And the 3 that I picked, or rather had Discogs pick for me, are Riot by Paramore, which is my favorite Paramore record, and the first Paramore record I got into. This basically made me fall in love with Paramore. Next up we have Boxcar Racer, self-titled. This is a fantastic record, one of Tom DeLonge's like spin-off bands during like a little break with Blink, before Angels and Airwaves happened. I'm really glad he's back in the band, but I mean, come on, give some love for Matt Skiba. And finally, for the last random CD, I decided to pick out Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not by the Arctic Monkeys, or Arctic Monkeys. This is a great great record. I love this album. All right, question 24 is most played CD, and I don't really have any good statistics for that, so I'm going to skip that question. I'm going to go straight into question 25, which is a CD you can't get enough of, and I'm going to give that to Origin of Symmetry by Muse, because I've been listening to this thing since, like, for basically a year. I've kept this album in, like, constant rotation, and I'm just not bored of it. I don't know why. It's probably going to happen soon, honestly. But honestly, I can come back to any of these songs right now and just listen the whole way through and not feel the urge to skip. Why? I don't know. But this album is just so unbelievably good. Like, you have to hear it to believe it. It's an amazing, fantastic record, and it's definitely my favorite from Muse's catalog. Alright, next up is Show a Digipak CD, and I don't know if this counts as a Digipak, but I'm going to count it anyway. This is Home Like No Place Is There by The Hotelier, a heartbreaking Midwest emo album. I adore this record. I'm so glad that I have it. God, it's just so raw and sad, and I go head over heels for this album because it's just so fucking good. Alright, next up, question 27 is Show a Digi-Sleeve CD, and I'm going to show off Life's Not Out to Get You by Neck Deep. I was recommended this album by a good friend of mine. They're probably in the comments typing right now. But, yeah, I absolutely adore this record. Definitely one of the best pop-punk albums ever recorded. And, yeah, just an excellent, fantastic album that you should go listen to. Alright, this one is Show a Slide-Out Case CD. And I only have, like, 2 of them, so I chose the one that I think is cooler. I chose Eternal Blue by Spirit Box. And let me tell you, I love this album cover. It is beautiful. It is so good, just a mishmash of blues and turquoise. But if you add the overlay or the slide out, you get this stunning effect of just, oh, is it stuck? Oh, there we go. You get this just awesome kind of like smooth on the outside, but like rough and rigid on the inside look. Very pristine. And this is an excellent album too. Alright, question 29 is another impulse purchase, and I gave it to Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. This is the Target exclusive edition that I got just kind of randomly. I saw it and I was like, ooh, I remember the album being kind of good. I kind of want it. And I got it, and I do really like this record. It's a really fantastic, just heartbreak record, pretty much. Yeah. Alright, final question. Question 30. What is it? A double album. And I only really have like 2 of them, and only one of them I actually know. So I raise you The Wall by Pink Floyd. This was another one of those CDs that I got from that school friend who had the 2 Pink Floyd CDs and just didn't need them. So I was like, hey, can I have them? And I got them. That and Dark Side, this and Dark Side. Yeah, and Pink Floyd, The Wall, definitely probably my favorite double album ever. And it's just an excellent, probably the best album from 1979. Although, whenever I listen to London Calling, I'm pretty sure that'll take the cake for the best album of 1979. But for now, I stick with The Wall. I love this album. Alright, that's the Blurain CD tag. I'm not going to tag anyone. You can do that on your own, free will. I just hope you tag me in the video so I can see it. I think that'll be awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Be on the lookout for some reimagined videos in the future. I'm completely just in celebration mode that I have this right now. And I have 2 videos planned about Reimagine and Prince Whatever. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, thank you for watching, and please don't subscribe.